All right, beautiful. Looks like GBP did do a little bit of a retracement here. Oh, these colors are too dark. Just keep it as it is. Yeah, looks like it came up and it retraced all the way up to a consolidation area. Because like on the higher time frames, well, in the smaller time frames, you can see it broke above this resistance it created during Asian session, came up, and then now when you look left, it's coming into another consolidation area here to the left. So there might be some sort of a rejection happening here. So we're gonna wait for this candle to close and see how it closes. Um, I'm getting a chart in. What's this? This is waiting for a candle for a retest. I'm probably not going to take the trade here. Misses to the left. Yeah, a lot of issues here to the left. That's what I'm looking at too. So I'm kind of waiting to see what happens here. What's this chart? I took a trade when the 15-minute candle broke the high of the previous green candle, formed support. 30-minute overall, it was bullish. Okay. Closed 50% minus 4 pips if price started to go in a drawdown. Closed position with plus 4 pips. As I was uncomfortable with the trade, our trade went up towards. Or yeah, I think you should have left the other position running at least till the candle close. Because since you had a small percentage running, you should have let that run. And I mean, I would have let that run. So that's the only issue I see. Gold is still arranging here. All right. Ooh, can't look at this, Ricardo. Analysis on GJ. I'm going to take a look for buy in this area for 35 pip range. Clean move here, important level. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. You're looking for buys above this area here for it to continue moving up. I think, like, looking at it right now, it will get very tricky to take buys on GJ. So I'm kind of waiting for this candle to close, see how it closes. Because if I want to make the zone a little bit better, this is how it's going to be right here. Because we have resistance there to the left hand side, and I mean, if it goes up, it's in a 14, 15 pip range. It's not enough. I think a better buys on GJ were right down over here. Right here. After this candle closed, trend was up, there was clean candles here to the left. This would have been the trading candle. US 30. Oh yeah, it looks good. This looks good to break above this area here. Let's take a look at pre-markets. Pre-markets are up. Oh wow, pre-markets are bullish, super bullish. If pre-markets are super bullish, that means US 30 should be continuing moving bullish. That's actually very nice. Let's take a look here. US 30. Yeah, it looks good. This is, if this 1 hour breaks up, man, this is going to continue moving bullish. Looking left, there's clean traffic to 24,000. I mean, a little bit more pips, but then it has the ability to continue up to 24123. Looking on the 4 hour, yeah, it's gonna go bullish. Even the 30-minute. So think like 100 more points, man, that's gonna be a crazy move here. 100 more points. US 30 has a clean move going up. So it will be your indices, no, commodities. Yeah, this is going to continue moving bullish. Very bullish. Could gold could make a drop as US 30 going bullish, isn't it? I'm not really sure. I haven't really looked at how gold and US 30 moves. I mean, they should move the opposite, but so far they haven't been doing that. You see, like gold has been bullish altogether, and US 30 has had like, bearish runs and bullish runs, so they're not really correlating together. What's this? Price broke out of the range, took two entries, lows of the highs, kind of form support. Oh, after this, yeah, it looks good. After this, you took buys. That was the one I would have taken the trade too. Oh, wow. Still continuing bullish here on GJ. Are you in any trades? Nope. Nope. I'm in no trades. Nothing so far. It's a Monday, so on a Monday, you really want to relax a little bit. You don't want to go too heavy. You don't want to go too hard, so that's what I'm doing today. I'm just kind of like sit back and I'm just going to watch. If I see something really, really nice, then I'm going to take it. But other than that, I don't think I'm going to do anything. What's this? This is GBP, Euro GBP. Ooh, someone's doing the EST Mon challenge here. LMAX. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. I mean, now you want the 15-minute candles to close bullish. That's what you want. The 15-minute candle to close bullish, and that in turn will push the 30-minute candle bearish as well. And as you can see, if GJ starts climbing here, that will send your GBP bearish as well. So that's good. Just new in trades about a week ago, almost getting a hang of it, but still got a long way. Yeah, trading is pretty hard, man. Trading is not easy. It's not something easy. So ideally GJ should come up to 13300, 13300, 350. Even if it comes up towards 134.50 or close to 500, that'll still be great. But I'm looking for some sort of a retracement. I'm looking for some sort of a retracement, some sort of support formed, so I can take a buy, continuing this trend up. But unless I don't see that, I'm not going to take a trade. So I'm being very, very cautious here. Would you take the GJ buy even though there's a big green wick? Yeah, I'm just waiting for some sort of a support to be formed. I took 10 pips like you said, and my runner is running. Oh, nice. That's a good thing. Looking for better selling positions at 13500. Yeah, I mean, this area where GJ is in right now, this area is a consolidation area. Because if you look over here, if you look left, you'll see that this whole area is consolidation. So from this area, you don't know whether GJ is gonna come in, like reject this area, or is it gonna start ranging in here. We don't know that, right? So that's why we need, once price comes in here, you would need a break above 13300 to have a confirmation to go like clean move going up, or if price comes down and starts creating some sort of support, maybe in this area around like 130, 129, 970, 950, then you will have like a nicer move heading up. So that will be a move I'm going to look for. But if I see good confirmations of sells in this area, I might look for sells here too. So I'm kind of waiting right now. Because if I measure this range is around like, like 20 pips. Yeah, around 20, 15, 20 pips. So let's see what happens, how this closes. We still got 11 minutes left for this candle to close anyway. GG on the 1 hour. GG on the 1 hour strong resistance. Yes. All right. GU 30-minute. Price bullish throughout London session. Price broke resistance to the left. Now waiting to form support. Waiting for support in this area to buy. Yeah, it's kind of like what I'm waiting for too on GJ. I'll have to kind of wait. What's this chart? This is AUD USD. Could you give me your opinion here? Opinion on what, Tony? You need to put some labeling here. You see this chart here? This has labeling on it. So we want to know what you're thinking here. You just have yeah, like you need some more substance. You need some more labeling. If I was in a buy and got stopped out but continued moving bullish, was my stop too tight? Yes. Yes, Carlos. If you watched the webinar yesterday, we talked about not having the stops right at the wick. We talked about having the stops below the candles because the spreads can take you out. You know, a lot of people have to rewatch the webinar. I'm gonna watch that. I rewatched half of it yesterday. I'm gonna watch the rest half of it today. Ooh, looks like it's gonna continue moving bullish over here. Can you look at this at secured profits early? All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. This is, just stuck to my analysis. Entry was here, enter and saw a bullish candle, move stops. Stops up 0.4 pip profit. Yeah, it's good. I think when this candle closed like this, you could have, like, you could have you could have let a small position run. That's what you could have done. Could have let a small position run, because if this candle closed like a doji, this meant that nothing really happened in that hour. So then you had the next candle to play out as well. So I think it's a good learning lesson here, that you should have let the next one play out even with like a smaller position. If this candle closes above resistance, I will take a buy. What do you think, Mr. Raja? I think it'll be a good idea, but at the same time, it's going to be a little bit risky as well. Like if you take a buy over here, because you'll be taking a buy at a breakout candle. So I'd say go in with a smaller lot, like less risk, because the next candle can potentially, like retrace and come down and do some dirty things. Ooh, GJ. Price made a new high, creating some support even though 30-minute was bearish. 1 hour closed bullish, 15-minute broke the high. Could test the high again. That's good. Yeah, you're right. It was a little bit risky, but you made it work. You made it work based on what you've seen. So that's good. You let experience play in that trade. So you know. I think we can hear your WhatsApp messages. Oh, okay. Let me just mute this. Let me mute my WhatsApp messages. Yeah, gold is just ranging here. Gold is really bullish on the daily. Gold broke out. Gold broke out above a very strong resistance at 1737. It went to 1740, went to 1750. Weekly went further bullish. Wow. Gold is on its way now. This is the next target right here. 1800. Gold's on its way to 1800 here. Far, far away, but I think it's gonna make it. Gold is not a sell. With everything that's going on right now, fundamentally, gold is not a sell. Gold is very bullish. How can we watch the webinars? It was for everybody who signed up for the intake, so it wasn't a public webinar. Stream has become a daily routine. Oh, nice. Yeah, the stream has been my daily routine for a long time. I trust everyone in London session caught the buys on GJ.
Good morning, good morning.
Hey, good morning, good morning.
Yeah, it's an interesting morning. Interesting. I kind of wasn't keen on it based on the like the high time frame stuff, but it made sense when we were looking at the 1 hour. There was a lot of opportunity on the 1 hour,
Yeah.
and worked out nice.
Yeah, it was like a nice correction too from the move from Friday.
Yeah, and like we were discussing about like even if we're going to go bearish for the week, we were going to need some kind of top wick. I would have thought, because that was a big move on last week. So yeah, interesting morning.
What's this? If price closes above resistance, maybe open a buy with stop below the candle. Yeah, the problem I have here is that it's already moved up a lot. So I think a better opportunity would be for price to come down, create some support, and then start moving up. Yeah, I think a good rejection and continue move down. That'd be perfect. Do you wait to create a support in 15 or 30? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna look for. I mean, if it comes down and support is formed on the 15, I think it's gonna be a little bit risky. But if a support is formed on the 30-minute, that will be a extremely good confirmation to take a buy. So I'm gonna wait for that. What's this? It broke this resistance and pushing towards wicks on the 1 hour for a buy. Nice. That's pretty good. I think it should continue up to this area right here. Clean traffic buys if current candle closes above these candles. Yeah. A better idea would be to wait for like a support to be formed on GU as well. Because, whenever price is moving up, you want a retracement to come down. What's this? GJ. Yeah, I think zones are correct. So this is based on the 1 hour. Yeah, it looks good. I think there's another one right over here where price came up to, and then this one down here would make sense too. So I'm kind of waiting because the thing is now when price starts coming down, to create like a support. We don't know whether support is going to be formed in this area that you have labeled, or we don't know if the support is going to be formed down over here. So we basically don't know how deep this push down is going to be. So that's why I'm not anticipating a zone over here or down over here. I'm gonna watch and see where support is formed, and if it lines up with the previous zone, then that's gonna be a better confirmation trade. So, kind of waiting right now. We need some new music, please. Well, this is all I have for today. Um, yeah, kind of waiting. I'm also eyeing US 30 to continue moving bullish. I know Kervin is also looking for buys on US 30. There we go. You just have to mention his name and he's gonna be like,
Uh, yeah, man. The structure is there, man. It's pretty bullish.
hey, yeah. Structures there, futures are high, like futures are up. Pre-markets are bullish. Look at that. 378 points. 300 points here.
There's a lot of optimism on the market.
Yeah, it'll be pretty interesting to see if it does go up. I think it should continue moving to 2408.
Well, yeah, I don't know if we're gonna reach that target, but I mean we can easily go to basically from prices right now. At least we're gonna go to the 2420. 2405. Basically, is my sensible target.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Basically, when New York opens today, I'm expecting some sort of pullback and then continue moving. But right now, my position is running, and my take profit is 2405.
Yeah, good. Yeah, nice. It's pretty good. See what happens here. Oh, what's this? GJ. First entry too soon. It was bearish entry at support, but didn't wait for 15 minutes to close. Lost 10 pips. Yeah, I mean, you just gotta wait. See the 30-minute closed bearish here? You just have to wait. That's why, Ivan, I don't know if you were taking notes or not, but we talked about how 15-minute is a weak confirmation time frame. I mean, what more can I say? So, just like, I'm just gonna wait for it to come down, create some support, and then I'm gonna take a buy. Which website are you looking for pre-markets? Oh, I just type in pre-markets, and this is the first one comes up, CNBC, and then I hit enter, and then it opens up this right here. Uncle Ted, which currency pair and which time frame is on your screen right now? Can you see for what? Yeah, I think your monitor is off, man. You need to turn that thing on so you can see what's going on the screen. Jesus. Oh, someone got stopped out. Someone got hit by the bus. What's this? Stop loss, entry on the 15-minute candle. Ooh, this wick stopped you out. Yeah, it is what it is. Now you got to figure out how you could have taken this sell coming down if it went down. Yeah, GG's gonna come down, create support, and then boom, go back up.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see where it stops.
Yeah. Can you explain why we have to ignore the doji candle? I'm sorry, I can't explain technical analysis on something that's live because it distracts me from taking my entries. Do you ever use pre-market to help you buy or sell? No. I do think this US 30 should continue moving bullish. I mean, the 1 hour candle closed with no wick on the top, so that's a little bit of a concern because there's no range for the next candle to go up. So might want to see how this acts in this area at like 24,000, or it creates like a support to go up or not. I think GJ should continue moving bearish, so I'm gonna wait. Do you take 30-minute confirms even if it's not closing the 1 hour? Yes. What's this? Do you look at 130 as a important level? Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to force it. I'm going to wait for it to create support. It didn't create support over here, over here, over here. So I'm going to wait for that. GJ's last candle did not respect the previous high of the candle before. Does that give confirmation for bullish buys? No, because we're reaching a resistance here. There's no buys. We reached this resistance. This candle came over here, and then I was like, well, we're at resistance, so I can't take a buy, I can't take a sell either. And then this candle closed bearish, and then I made up my mind to take buys. So now I'm going to wait for price to come down, create support, and then go up. So that's what I'm waiting for. Someone's in sells over here, that's perfect, you know, but me myself, I'm waiting for some buying opportunity. Should be a good payday if I get some buys. It'd be a very good payday here for Raja and family. Could volume in NY move USD CAD even if CAD is closed? Yes. So basically, the USD can move CAD. Oh, USD can move USD CAD. Sorry. Before someone corrects me. You know what Raja said? You know what Raja said today? He said USD is gonna move CAD. Could you give some feedback on the trade I took? Yeah, let's see here. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. So you took a buy on 15-minute chart, which is a weak confirmation time frame, and you got, I think your stop would have been below the 15-minute candle if you took it on the 15-minute chart. But if you would have taken on a 30-minute, then it should have been here. I also think that this was not a good trade either because you got support over here, so I think candle reacted to that. That's why a stop below this area would have been pretty good. So it's a learning lesson. Every loss is a learning lesson. How come you didn't take the sell after 30-minute close that resistance? Because trend is bullish. You know, when we see the 30-minute and the 1 hour trend, it's bullish. If you see the daily trend, daily you can say it's bearish, but it's what we talked about, right? Daily candle, previous one closed in the wick at the bottom, daily is bearish, but if we're looking at the smaller time frames, we know that the trend is bullish. So I'm waiting for a support to be formed in a bullish trend. I don't like the sells. If a pair ranges for a long time, does that mean this will be a strong breakout? Yes. So I'm looking for buys on GJ. I'm not looking for sells. In my mind, sells don't make sense because, you know, we're heading up. We made a high over here. It's come down. So someone can look for sells all they want. I mean, it could work out. But I'm looking for a support to be formed so I can take a buy. I think we're going to break above 130, 150, and we're going to continue up to 130, 300, and then eventually up to 130, 450. So if I take buys somewhere over here with the support formed, I think that will be a very, very good trade.
Yeah, I'm similar. I myself was looking at sales below 29,500-ish or 550, something like that. That's a long way off. I think this trend line will be tested.
30-minute chart. Yeah, looks good. I mean, it's the same thing here. I'm looking for a support to be formed, so that's good. If a support is formed, price will move up and your trend line is going to get tested, so it's good. Why do you get charged commissions? I only saw charged swaps. What? It depends what kind of account you have. Can I explain the concept of a wick fill? Well, Jojo, since you haven't seen some of the videos on my YouTube where I explain all that stuff, what I'm going to do later on is I'm going to remove some of the videos from YouTube because people don't want to watch those videos, so it's just taking up too much space there. YouTube messaged me. They're like, "Hey man, no one watches your older videos, so they're taking up space. You got to remove them." So I'm going to remove them today. I'm not joking, by the way. I'm going to remove them. Yeah, because I mean, man, people don't want to watch stuff. So all you guys can blame Jojo. It's all because of Jojo. Some kid bought an AI bot, and from 600 he made $500. Oh, nice. That's good. People are saying to ban Jojo. Ban Jojo from the stream. It's all Jojo's fault. Have you ever been a teacher in a school? No offense. Yes, I was a teacher in a school. I used to teach in like it was a school for the poor. So I used to teach over there. I used to teach them mathematics. It was like a volunteer work. Man, some kids would bring you know chickpeas, boiled chickpeas as lunch. And I'm like, what's this? And they'd say, well, you know, like we bought a pound of chickpeas last week, so this is all we eat now. I mean, this is all we had left. And now I'm gonna go home, and at nighttime we're gonna have the same stuff, like boiled chickpeas with water. And yeah, because people have no money, poor situations. So I used to teach over there in that school. GPNZD looking to take sells when price breaks to support 100 plus pip range. Yeah, that's good. I think this is going to be a very, very good trade if it does go down. It's going to be extremely good trade if you see confirmations below this area, or if you see confirmations above this area to continue going up. So that's good. Me, I'm just waiting for a support to be formed on GJ so I can take a buy. I think I mentioned that 4 or 5 times. So I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, I think I have a buy stop with US 30 at 23,995. But what I keep doing is I keep dropping it down a little bit on the 5-minute. I'm hoping to catch the reverse up. Oh, there it is. So that we can get a move up to the upside. So I'm waiting to see right now if that upside move happens.
Have you had morning, Ted? Sorry. Have you had much experience with like wickless candles and stuff yet?
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, we're at 7 a.m. Eastern, so I assumed that this pullback was going to happen because it's going to get ready to set up the 8 a.m. market. So this is where, if you look on the 5-minute charts on US 30, just because I'm looking for entries. We could drop all the way down to like 2360
Mm-hmm.
and then start to reverse all the way back up again. So it's just something that I'm paying attention to at this
I
point.
see what you're saying. Yeah, it makes sense.
But if this 15-minute candle does create that tail that it's doing right now and it does break up, 24,080, 24,100 is going to be a very easy target. The good thing about this right now is we have a very strong bullish movement, but the pre-market data is very, very strong. So this is where we're going to get one of those rallying days where it's going to rally very, very hard.
Interesting.
I honestly think GJ might not come further down and create a support.
Yeah, I was watching that level to the left with the wicks. Basically, that's kind of where I was looking this morning to break that to come up into that zone.
Right here, right?
Basically, there's a little, basically, yeah, exactly that. So, but we were looking at that to break that this morning, basically. And then if we did, we should probably, well, more than likely stay above if we can create a good support. But now it's weak back to where it did. That kind of, whether or not you're going to get that chance, I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of bounced back, mate, innit? So we're just going to wait now.
It did, brother.
Yeah.
You look at the hour. Sorry, I was going to say, looking at the hour now, it looks like you got a decent wick fill opportunity. You see,
Yeah.
And it's a tough one.
Yeah, I think that could work out. I'm kind of sizing it up right now. The only problem is that if I do take a buy based on 15 minutes, it's going to be a weak confirmation. It's going to be a little risky too because essentially I'm taking a buy within this range and I'm expecting pre-New York to break above 130, 150.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's safer to create better support, I think.
Let's look at the 30 minute. Yeah, it makes sense. Let's look at the 5 minute. Yeah, we'll need a break above 130, 150 to continue moving bullish. I think that would be a good idea. Waiting for support and then buys. Yeah, I'm kind of waiting here above, like, this area here, 130, 170. I think that's going to be a pretty good entry conditions. Oh shit, came up pretty fast.
Yeah.
Got it. Got activated. Place the buy stop right here. We are in it now.
Get me.
Yeah, it should be good.
I mean, it's filling the hour wick nicely now. That candle
Yes.
looks really nice on the hour.
Let's look at the 1 hour candle. Yeah, it's filling that wick.
30
minutes also going bullish. 15 minute. I had a buy stop there. I think it got activated way too early.
It moved quick, didn't it?
Yeah, it moved pretty quick. So, do you like to see printing a new high? Yeah, no, I had a buy stop. It got activated by the spread way a little too early. So now we're just gonna hang it in there. My biggest fear is that when people see me take a trade and they go way over risk, that's super bad. Looks like US 30 is also trying to make a move up over here. So whoever's taking the same trades I take here, just don't go over risk. Don't go overboard with the risk. Like once you go overboard with the risk, I mean, for sure you're gonna win a trade, but when you lose a trade, man, you're gonna lose part of your gains too. I never go overboard with my risk.
Mm.
I mean, this is a risky buy here. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to get activated this soon. So it is what it is. Try to play. I'm gonna try to play a game on US 30 here. It's gonna be a pretty dangerous game.
On a Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Give us some time.
Stepping up levels.
6 point spread here on no. Oh, 0.6.
No, 60.
60.
Yeah, 60.
60 pips.
But it moves
Points.
fast. But it moves
Yeah.
fast though.
Yeah, don't pay attention to the spread because
I don't
60
know,
pips.
man.
You gotta pay a bit of attention to it.
Just forget the spread for now.
Don't pay attention to the spread.
You have a pair that moves 2,000 points in one day, man. Trust. The 60 is nothing. You just you have to grab the perfect entry.
Well, looks like GJ's moving here now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the way it's moving. Should continue moving.
Yeah. Should
130. Yeah, go ahead.
No,
Yeah,
no,
boy.
please.
130. Point 250. That's my first target.
Yeah.
Where was that off curve in 30 minutes?
No, on the 50-minute.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see
Yeah.
what you're saying. Yeah.
130, 300.
All right.
All right.
I was going 350. You know,
Okay.
just
Oh,
350.
push boundaries. Right, to be
Then
fair,
Ted is
we're
gonna-
in from earlier, to be fair, so it's not the same.
Then Ted will say 400s.
Yeah, I'll see that and I'll raise you this.
Yeah, I mean, I can see us going a little bit higher throughout the day. I mean, it's just because we're early right now. It's just for right now, nice simple targets before New York Open or
Yep.
before the real volume kicks in.
I see. Very true. You've got to be sensible, right?
Is he in a buy right now? So many stupid questions with obvious answers. Nice. Got a nice answer to a question there. Okay, someone's in GP CAD buys. Oh, no labeling here. Need some more labeling here. Come on, man. Yeah, I think once US 30 breaks above 24,000, I think I'm gonna take my first US 30 trade.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for, my buy stop above there.
Yeah, it's gonna be my first US 30 trade. I'm actually gonna try trading on like a smaller account. I put aside $1,000. Is $1,000 too small?
No, your lot sizes will be smaller though than usual. Just keep that in mind. Like I'm usually doing half or a quarter of what I normally do, if that makes sense.
That's a good idea for testing, though, right?
Wouldn't the traffic to the left hinder you from taking the trade that you are in, GJ? Well, I'm in the trade now, so we're in it. I mean, there is some traffic here, but I'm pretty sure it should continue moving up since this previous 30-minute candle was like I think it was like a retracement. And since my buy stop got activated too, so now I got to commit to this trade. So now I'm committed. Plus my bias is bullish, so I think price will only go up or down, and I think it's going to go up. If it's gonna go down, I have my stop loss right here below the 15-minute candle, and if it stops me out, then that's my trade for the day. But if it goes up and I win the trade, then that's my win for the day.
In other words, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Does traders domain support US30? Yes, it's called DG. Where is it? It's called DGI USD. DGI USD, that's what it's called. Alright, about to take my first US30 trade here. It just has to come up a little bit more and then I'll take my first US30 trade. So excited, man.
And chances are you're gonna win your first strike.
Yeah, I'm gonna make $100 here.
Or is it going to be a baptism of fire? It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna be using a 0.1 lot on this account here.
Mhm.
Cause I don't want to risk big, man, on US30. This shit is scary. I mean, you look at the spread, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
We call him Raj, or does he prefer Raja? Well, Raj is an Indian name, you know, so there's a huge difference between an Indian and a Pakistani name. So I think Raja is much, much better. So, just stick to that. Well, since this candle is coming back in a drawdown and I don't feel comfortable here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to close 50%. Yeah, I'm going to close 50% over here. No, actually, wait. Yeah, let's just wait.
Yeah.
But if it, yeah. But
So I ain't going to say.
if it closes below 130, 150, then I'm going to close 50%. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. If it closes below 130, 150, that's the resistance there.
So you can see on the 5 minutes where it's kind of might just be pulling back to exactly where you said.
Oh yeah, look at that.
So I just and there's no, yeah, I know it's only smaller time frame stuff, but I mean I think you're right. If it goes below, you want to be dealing with it. But let's see.
US30 is still hanging in there. Gold is in a big range.
Gold's been interesting.
Yeah, gold like ranges for a couple days and then just blasts off, you know, like in 1-2 days.
On the higher time frame, it's been nice to see because it's actually started doing that whole, you know, push range, push job, which has been pretty cool. Trying to break out of like the bigger range.
Do you trade on Crash 1000? I don't know what that is. Crash 1000? No idea. Oh, see right here, this is where I close 50%. I close 50% of my positions right over here. Because now if it comes down, I don't want to take the full loss, you know. I want to take half of the loss. Alright, let's take a look at this chart here. This is GJ, stop loss below, entry, break of the candle, TP set over here. Ooh, I think you got, how much were you up? Oh, you were up almost like 10 pips. Pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, you have your stop loss there. I mean, you should be good. Let's see what happens. What was the lot size in that trade? That is irrelevant to your own success. And no, it was not a 10 lot. I'm not stupid, you know, like it's Monday. It's Monday. I'm not gonna come on a Monday with my full risk. I used a 5. You know, because you have to understand it's Monday. It's Monday, this CAD holiday. The volume might not be as like you'd expect it to be. So there's no point in risking a lot. You know, you have Tuesday to risk, you have Wednesday to risk, you have Thursday to risk. So you have all those days left to risk. It's closing in like 1 minute here. So if it closes below this area, I think I'm going to close my entire position. Because then it would make no sense holding a position below resistance, you know. It's going to get pretty tricky. Any thoughts on gold, my friends? Yes, gold, if it breaks above 1764 here, I think it should continue moving bullish. Yeah, it's a very strong resistance there. So you risk less on Mondays? Yes. Yes. I risk less on Mondays. Possible scenarios. New lower high if market cannot break the above high. Lower low. Yeah, that can make sense. I was kind of like looking to see if this pre-New York push would continue moving it bullish, but I guess it didn't. So I was also expecting the 15-minute to close above 130, 150. So the next 15-minute and the next 30-minute can continue moving bullish. But I guess it's closing below 150, so it doesn't really, I don't think it's gonna do that. So it's still running. Let's see what happens. Pretty low risk. I mean, usually I'd risk maybe $800. Today I'm risking maybe like, ooh, US 30 is moving.
Yeah, should continue moving now.
Yeah, damn. When this thing goes, it goes.
Yeah.
Buy stop activated, no drawdown. Now I gotta manage this trade.
Yeah, try and stay in it. Yeah.
Stop the above break even. I'm guaranteed $1,650. There we go.
Safe, man. That's it.
Safe. I don't care what happens. I'm good.
Exactly that.
That 5-minute candle hopefully breaks up a little bit higher, creates a new zone, and we're happy.
Yeah. I'm expecting 24,050. To be honest.
Yeah, I can see that happening now.
Yeah.
The hour candle looks really good now, so that's what I'm hoping that we break up. The only thing is when you look to the left on the hour candle, with US 30, we're coming right into those wicks right over here. These wicks right over here, so I expect some play when we get to that point. But
yeah,
right now we're doing quite well. Uncle Ted, what do you think about Daniel enroll for broker? That's great. Everybody wants to make a broker now. It's a new flashy thing. Doesn't affect my ability or my broker at all. There are many brokers. There is healthy competition, and everybody uses whatever they feel they want to use.
I got out of GJ over here. Yeah, I got out of GJ.
Yeah, I think when it closed below that level, that was pretty key then.
Yeah, I mean, if it starts breaking up again, I might look to re-enter, but yeah, I got out of GJ.
Yeah, I mean, higher time frames, it gives you the idea it's still going to go, but I think from management point of view, that trade makes a lot of sense. No, it says Monday, right? You don't need to rush it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Why is GJ your go-to currency, and why don't you trade a variety of pairs like with same analysis? Because I like to focus on just one pair, and I like the lifestyle knowing that if I can come through the charts just focusing on one pair, then I can execute a trade on it and win. Just imagine that, you waking up, you're coming through the charts, and you know that most of the times you're going to win a trade on this one pair. I think that's a very rewarding feeling. So that's what I do. So on this trade, I lost trade 1 GJ buys. Lost like 4 pips. Not too bad. I had a 5 lot on. I closed half when I wasn't comfortable. Then I closed full position once it broke the low over here, and basically really managed my risk.
And I got stopped out.
Man, this US 30 is crazy.
Same here.
Yep, I should have taken it at the high. I think it'll come back now and come back up to that level. I think it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, now GJ is in this range now. Now it's going to get very difficult.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Stopped out at break even or stopped at a loss? No, I made money because I moved my stop loss to above break even. I said what I was going to make, and I did. I made $1,750.
Man, good thing Zoom is working. Yesterday was a shit show. Zoom's working, closing, audio not working, some video was working, then videos would go off. Does it affect your confidence like you used to making 20,000 to 100,000 in a day and now you're at 1,700?
No, that doesn't affect my confidence at all because the days that I do make 20,000 or 100,000 in a day, I'm doing the exact same thing I just did now. That's, I think, what people have to realize is I do the exact same thing. Sometimes I get stopped out right away. Sometimes the trade runs. The profit doesn't faze me at all. It's the process in which I analyzed the trade and I took the trade. That's what I look to repeat. And then what I do is I study what happened in that trade and what could I have avoided next time, and I refine that constantly. So like US 30, I knew that we were going to pop off. So now that I know that we pop off and pull back, what I'll do now is I will secure more at the top and then try and re-enter when it does something like this again. So like these are little things that I'm learning, knowing that we're still bullish with futures, but that was just a break above, which was from the last 30-minute candle essentially. So once you get stopped out, you try to re-enter or leave the trade idea? Well, it depends on what the market structure looks like. all these things are variables that you adapt to as a trader. And you don't hold hard and fast rules on ideas like that. What you do is you think about the fluidity of the market and if the opportunity looks good. Like right now, like GJ's holding support there, so maybe there's an opportunity next hour, right? And like Raja said, it's Monday, so you take maybe 1 or 2 stabs at it, and maybe you get something out of it, maybe you don't.
Yeah, it should continue moving bullish here. It should continue moving here. Give it a second chance.
Why doesn't TD offer volatility 75? Because our liquidity provider does not have that on their list. So when we aggregate flow into the broker, they give us the pairs that are available to trade. There's been quite a few fallacies or misfacts that have been going around since the weekend. I can clear those up if anybody wants to learn about that.
Yeah, man, GJ should continue moving here to 133, to 13300. Back up, 13300. I basically re-entered GJ, giving it a last second chance here on Monday. Same bias. Got in at around 130, 180, 130, 170. Can you check my chart? Yes. Let's take a look here. GJ 15-minute looking for bullish momentum to break this resistance. Yeah, I think if your buy stop is going to be over here, it should be up over here. It should be up over here because if it's going to be here, then it's in this zone. You know, it should be above the zone.
There you go, DJ.
Yep, there it goes.
Yeah, this is the thing. This thing retraces a lot.
Mm-hmm. So that's something that now we put in the playbook, right? So as an example, now people ask me like, what do I think? So what I learned here is that the last half hour pulled back, and this half hour also pulled back. So I don't have to worry about getting into the trade right at the open. I can wait for this pullback and more than likely get a trade where it's a nice clean move up, right? So this is something that I make a note of so that I know to look for that next time based on that structure.
And GJ is moving beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it should continue to up there. Yeah, where that marker is. Oh, it's the same one for the US 30 engine.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say, it's like, wow.
Yeah. Okay, I'm about to close 50% on Dow Jones right now.
I've re-locked in a position above break even.
Okay.
Did you get? Oh, did it come back, Ted? I went away.
Yeah, the 5-minute candles pulled back up, so I just got back in on that new 5-minute candle.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Same here.
Seems to be a proper trade, that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, we should be able to break up. I'm hoping towards. The only thing that I worry about is this new 15-minute candle. How big is the wick going to be when it pops down?
That is pre-market. Should continue moving nice.
Yeah. Like my mistake was I didn't get in at the wick on the hourly. That's my mistake. So that's what I'll go back and review today on how I could have caught that trade on the wick. Right at around 710, 705, like the pullback. I want to know how I could have got in there, because then that entry would have protected me for this trade here. But I mean, once we get to this area here, I'll move this up a bit, because I'm in with your target over here, but I think this can run a little bit more, so I'm willing to gamble, so to speak, that this is going to break above here and then continue up, and then I can put a stop over here somewhere.
It's a solid move, man.
Solid move
Yeah.
coming up. Damn.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, well
Perfect.
played,
So
gentlemen.
if you're in the trade now, you should be able to close with decent profit. If not, move your stops. Keep in mind, this is a 5-minute candle. So if we go into the 5-minute candles, Raja, this is what I want to explain to people: is this candle here, we just hit this zone. The next 5-minute candle can pull right back over to here again and stop you out. So you have to really be careful that as you've come into this zone now, that you start to look to secure profits, if you want to at that point, or move your stops up. Now, this is a point where you move your stop. If you're in this 5-minute candle, I've moved my stop up to 24.40 over here, and I don't care now what happens, because I've caught this move here. So essentially what I've been able to lock in is basically 13,000 at that point now. So I'm happy with that for the day. So this is something that you have to figure out for yourself. What are you comfortable with? What's your profit you're comfortable with based on the fact that this was our range? I'm comfortable with this profit, knowing that if we break above this, I can then secure a little bit more at that point, but I'm happy with where we are right now. So I don't care what happens with this trade. I'm concerned, and I'll manage the trade as this new candle forms and breaks further up. Then I'll start to look over here. I'll also be aware of the fact that we're coming in close to the hour close, which will be the New York Open for the currency market, and there could be a pullback. So I will be very, very cautious around the last 10 minutes of this candle. Okay, so this is something you have to mind. Now, even here, if you want to, you could probably move your stop up to here now and secure in more if you're worried about this 5-minute candle, because there is no downside to push up, right? So these are things that you have to think of on the fly, and you have to manage your trade accordingly. You have to determine what makes sense for you. For me, the reason why this makes sense is because it's a Monday. I know I have the rest of the week. I'm not looking to lose a trade today. I'm looking to build some profit up already on the first day of the week, so that I can use some of this profit now for the rest of the week in my trades and manage my trades that way as well.
Yeah, it just gives you that little kind of security block, doesn't it?
Right. I don't have to work as hard as I did, say, the other day, so to speak. But I mean, my target 136, I have on my charts right now, 24, 136. At that point, I don't know what's going to happen, because we're hitting a massive consolidation area.
Yeah, I'm securing GJ here as well.
Yeah, that's a good trade. I think you were unlucky where that action did the first time, to be honest, because the trade made sense. I think just where it actioned you above that level.
Yeah, I think it was just too tight.
Yeah, I think that it's just, it moved quick, and I think the spreads kind of must have extended a little bit too.
Yeah.
So I was watching that on mine. Still, it's a good trade.
Yeah, I'm happy to play it out.
Yeah, I close basically 75% of my trade, and my stop loss right now is 24,400, as Ted said. I don't care if this trade come back and do whatever it wants. I secure my profits, and I'm not gonna give my money to the markets today.
Not on Monday, no way.
Yeah,
Winning day all round now.
but it was beautiful play.
Yeah, so I've secured now. What I've done is I've moved my stop up to 24,059. So right over here. So I'm expecting this candle now to continue. I've locked in all this at this point. So I'm okay with whatever happens here. And what I'll do is I'll look right, like I said, right around 24, 140, 136, and I'll see where we are in the market. And what I'll do is see where we are as we come towards the 8 a.m. candle.
Would you now use this kind of this zone, well, this level you've got here, for example? Would you now use that as your, if you're going to go longer, would you leave yourself there at that level, or are you going to continue to move?
Yeah, so that's what I've done is I've put my stop here now, knowing that this candle's gained some strength.
Yep.
And what I'll do is I'll be watching the hour close, because this could pull all the way back down into this zone. So there might come to a point where I close the trade as we hit 124, 136.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because right now I've secured, well, I'm up like 51,000. So that'll bring me, so now we're coming close to that level. This point now, as we come up there, you can start to see it's starting to lose a little bit of strength. So I might just close, and I think I'm
So
going
would
to
you
do
not
that.
now consider, like we were talking the other day, not that I'm saying this is the way to do it, because I know you like just to do one trade in and out and done, but would you not consider, say, like, I don't know, close 75% and then use that same level again, and then to let it potentially go? Because I'm in this room, right? But
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't usually like closing partials. I've done it on a handful of occasions. I just sort of I have a target, and once I get to that target, I'm sort of happy with it, right? Like right now, this has gone way above what I expected. Like we've just hit now 136. If we continue to move, but now what I've done is I've moved my stop up again. Like I've just moved my stop to 24 100 basically.
So I was just thinking back to where we're playing gold, for example, where we kind of get that opportunity, and sometimes, you know, like, I mean, if we'd left maybe quarter of the trade, then we can maybe leverage it later. Definitely.
And I mean, at this point, I mean, like for me, I think I'm good. Like I've secured enough now. I've secured effectively like 50K. So I'm good. Like, so to the point that someone made earlier, which is a perfect example, somebody said, you know, like, what's the difference? Like how does it affect you emotionally making 1,000 compared to 20,000? This is a perfect example where I didn't lose money on my last trade. So it didn't bother me to take a re-entry, to go in again and to actually see if I can have this trade work out the way I originally planned. And I think people have to get used to that. Because when you take a loss, now you're worried about making that loss back. I didn't take a loss. I made money, so it didn't affect me at all. I made a little bit. That's okay. But the thing is, now I could go back. I can re-enter the trade and technically overtrade, so to speak, because I haven't lost any money, right? It's the age-old adage. Do you have a gambling addiction if you're constantly winning? Right? People don't get mad at you when you're constantly winning. They start questioning what you're doing if you're constantly losing, right? So that's the reason why I secure profits right away, especially with US 30, because hey, if I can get a re-entry and then work on this again, this is a nice move, and it's a nice it's a nice opportunity. And the fact that we blew past 136, now I've moved my target up to where I've secured more profit. And like you said, Chris, I'm looking to see if we can continue this run up.
I just think, because we both know from the way we played gold, the way it was moving properly towards the end of the year, we're not missing moves, but we could have maximised it so much more just by having a little bit of maybe a foresight to look a little bit further. And
the only thing with US 30 is it moves entirely differently compared to gold. Like it doesn't trend. Like if the futures market flips, this pulls all the way back hard.
Yeah, so it's
right. Yeah. So I mean, but at this point, we did break out. So I assume that we're going to have some issues over in this area. To be honest.
And like you said, you're at that level to the left that that could well be. Well, you're past that wicks now, actually, right? So
yeah.
Wow, man, our US 30 played out, and GJ also both played out.
Fire. 350. I called that one.
Yeah.
I said 350. It's there, bang on.
Beautiful trades for a Monday.
And the thing is too, with US 30, that 5-minute candle, those 2 5-minute candles made your trade. That's life. Like you have to accept that's what happened in 10 minutes. Like your trade was 10 minutes long or 5 minutes long.
Yeah, and even if you sit there for an hour, You know, it's worthwhile. Yeah.
Yeah, like literally get used to that. Get used to the fact that, you know, you trade a high volatility pair, it'll be a 5-minute trade. Like that's what you have to get used to. You have to get used to the fact that now you've made a trade in 5 minutes, you're done for the day. Like this was your trade for today. Like this is it. And like I've done right now, you have a choice. You can close or secure profits or close partials, but you're not looking to re-enter at this point. So you decide, like if you've taken a trade on this candle here, and this is where you're at the top, and you traded it from down here, then you have to say to yourself, hey, I'm happy with this, or I move my stop loss here, or I close partial profits. You can't turn around and say when this retraces all the way back to here, oh, now I have to re-enter. This was your trade. This is going to be the one that you're going to look at, these candles here, and you're going to say, I don't like this area here. This was my trade. How could I have caught this? So this is what you have to get used to. This is not, oh, well, I missed this move here, so now I have to look to find entries over here somewhere so that we go back up. No, 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 no. This is your entry, and at this point you have to make a decision. You either close, partial close, or you take you take profit or whatever it is. Well, close and take profit is the same thing. But that's the thing, or stop loss. Yeah, stop loss move. You can't turn around now and say, well, I'm going to wait for a retrace and re-enter. No, that doesn't work that way. You've got the trade that you needed.
Yeah, I'm gonna close the last 25% that I had. I'm not gonna wait for the last 5 minutes of this 1 hour candle. So I'm happy with it. It was pretty speedy move, to be honest. I wasn't expecting this heavy move at this time, but I was expecting at least 50 points, and I got 110. So I'm more than happy.
Do you tend to get bigger moves on this after the weekend?
Yeah.
Final chat. You do, yeah? Like on the Monday, for example. Interesting.
Man,
the other
we
thing
did
is
pretty good
too,
here.
the Dow, the futures market is massively up. It's like up 500 points now because Moderna reports positive vaccine data. So now this is just flying.
You know, that's the first thing I noticed. When I came to the charts, first thing I looked at was the pre-markets, and they were bullish. And then I started looking at, okay, you know what? This has a very high chance to go up to 2.4, 0.8, 0.7. Ooh, GJ is still flying here.
Yeah, boy.
Man, if someone's holding a runner, you're good.
This was a good day for everybody.
It's a good start to the week.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy cow! I was at like $1,700, and now I'm at 75,000. So
I wasn't
expecting this. So
No.
I'm like, I'll take it.
I mean, considering we were kind of this morning we were not overall bearish, but because of the high time frames on GJ, we knew we were going to get that pullback of some sort. But how far we weren't sure. It's just trying to time it. And if you get it right, that's a good move to catch. And that on the US as well is awesome.
Yeah, if people on YouTube, if you caught one of these moves, either US30 or GJ, give a like on the stream, because a lot of people will find the stream helpful, and it's just free money.
Yeah. I don't want to count people's money, but I think we can hit 24,240. 24,240 is a good target if you're still in US30.
240. Oh yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
See that's the thing. What I don't know. This is why I play runner, just because.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I've got my runner going.
I mean, if you're happy with what you've took, it's the same as just like you said, when you move your stops up to a position where you're like, I'm good with that. When I think I'll probably just take at that point, I'll probably just take it and then let it go, if that makes sense. Just to try and grab that extra if it does go. So
this idea over here, if you think it's still going to go up, I think it's going to be very difficult now since already it's moving bullish. So at this point, you'd want to see some sort of a retracement to take a move up. So it seems like you missed this main move up. So I think looking back to see how you could have entered in this area to take a buy would have been much better, rather than trying to take like a move up here, because now essentially you'll need some sort of a support forming here and then a continuation. So it's going to be some sort of a waiting involved there. Because, I mean, it can continue moving more bullish, but taking buys up here at the top is going to be very risky. So you'd want some sort of a support type of thing forming. Ooh, nice. Someone caught this move here on GJ. Buy stops. Saw this chart earlier. Austin Etchison, GJ killing it.
Oh, Austin, making money.
We got the Dan Bilzerian of Toronto here.
Oh, good old Austin.
Then, Roger, you're gonna have nice highlights for today.
Yeah, we're gonna have amazing highlights for today.
Way too many.
What's this? Guys, can you see my comment? Yes. Wow, man, people are. Can I took GJ sell? Well, if you took GJ sell, I think, I don't know, man. It's just very hard to explain why you shouldn't take GJ sells. Left 10 minutes for a shower and missed it. Up since London session, waiting for the goddamn move and missed it. Well, it is what it is.
In. Should have been in another session.
After the gulag.
After the gulag.
After the... Holy shit, man. This thing is still moving.
I know.
That's impressive, man.
This
is going to make as much as the first trade. Jeez.
Yeah, we're gonna hit 200, I think.
Nice, man. Ooh.
Come on, just a little bit more.
Here comes the greed.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I want to move my stop now on the new hourly candle. Like, I really want to move my stop right to here, to be honest. Like, I want to get my stop up here, so I want this candle to blow up even more so that I can move my stop. Because right now my stop, I moved up again to 24, 126.
Yep.
So just about like where I had 24, 136 as my target. So I've officially locked in.
Yeah.
I'll move it up to 136 there. I've officially locked in my target trade. So that's what I was looking for. So I've locked in that. So I want this hour candle now to break to here so I can move my stop to here and lock in more.
Fair. And you get golden pips. Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice work, man.
Thank you. Yeah. I want to lock in more. Get the 240.
Such a bad problem on a Monday. God damn it.
Well, I mean, now there's a psychological thing. I can close the trade at 6 figures, or I can let it run still more.
I'm off you. But I'll let it go.
This is gonna be your $250,000 trade.
This is so far one of my biggest trades with US 30, which is good. Oh, there we go. We've hit 6 figures now on it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Wow,
Stops up.
If you're still in, hold it then.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold it a little bit more. What was my risk reward? I didn't have really any drawdown.
1 to 20.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, this is 1 to 20, like 1 to 100 right now. I don't know. Because we called the trade, it popped up. I got stopped out at break even, and I re-entered again on the 5-minute candle. So I really didn't have drawdown. I think at this point my drawdown was nothing, to be honest. I look at my entry. My entry was right above that 5-minute candle, way down over here somewhere.
Literally 15 minutes ago, though. That's
Yeah.
It's not even that long.
Exactly.
That's madness.
Did you ever make a 7-figure trade? No, I've never done that before. I've come close. I've done half a million on a trade, but never 7 figures. I don't usually hold trades long enough. Like this one, I'm holding now to 240. Like I want us to get to 240, which is a relatively easy target based on the new hour opening. But to be honest, it's not. I'm not looking to hold trades for gains in that sense. What I'm doing is I'm looking to hold trades at certain targets, right? So whatever this amount is here, that's my trade. I don't say, well, I need to get this, or I need to get 6 figures, I need to do this. It's, can I get up to this zone here? And then I make a decision at that zone. Sometimes I close, like here, I've moved my stop now to here. So at this point, I just sit and let the trade do its thing.
It's that whole point A to B thing, right?
That's exactly it. Yeah. And I think people get confused with that. Is if the zone, as an example, was to here, like if this was the zone, then my trade would have been from here to here. That would have been my trade, right? Like it's not a 6-figure trade. It's not any trade. It's just that's would have been the zone. But now because we've gone from this level here up to here, that could be my trade, and then I close it again, right? Or I move my stop. Like right now, my stop is over here. So I'm happy if we get up to here, but I'm also happy that we're over here. I'm not looking for a specific amount. I'm looking for a specific specific area. Yeah, like a specific, like a zone to a zone, or you know. Do you think brokers sabotage an account if it's too big? No. There's no benefit. Like this, like there's a lot of people talking about how brokers are evil and they're manipulating things. There's no benefit for a broker to hurt your account, because they need you to trade to generate volume, and the volume is what they make profits on in terms of the spreads and the commissions. So, you know, when people talk about, oh, these brokers are evil and I need to start a broker to change the industry, I did that 2.5 years ago. Like, people are late to the game. I realized where the money was. The money's in the middle. The money's in the rake. So the people trade. This is the reason why I give out trades here for people that are profitable, or, you know, help people as much as I can, because I own a brokerage. And if you decide one day you want to trade on my brokerage, you'll make money on there and I'll make more money, right? Like it's basically planting seeds to build a forest. I did that 2 years ago. I did that 3 years ago. I did that 4 years ago. It's not nothing new, so to speak. People that are just getting into it now are figuring that out. I figured that out 2.5 years ago. People are late to the game. Oh, the name of the brokers. There's a description in the Wix Don't Lie section saying brokers I use, and there's a couple there. Man, little things, little things.
You know, I'm really liking US 30 now. Really, really enjoying US 30.
Yeah, it's the perfect storm. You have a very, very strong futures market. You have a very strong trend. You just hop on. That's it.
Yeah, because in the morning, this was up like 370 points. And then all of a sudden just went boom. There's no stopping. So if you have an opposite trade running on US 30, oh man, oh man.
You can suffer a lot.
Oh, bro, you can suffer a lot. I mean, if you had a one lot, on the one lot, this is like 1,000, 2,000, around like $2,000. You know, and if just nuts. Like if you don't know what you're doing, it's gonna get really crazy for you.
Yeah, 15 minutes. It's not a good start to the week if you're in the wrong way.
Yeah. I think when people trade US 30, this is how they should be breaking it down. You know, they shouldn't say like, oh, hey, look at this trade I took, and you know what I'm saying? You just gotta put in the hours in the charts, and you just gotta do this, you know what I'm saying? that's not how people learn. I mean, this is how they learn. You break it down as it's happening, the targets and the runners, because I did not know if it's going to break up over here or not, and this is just a surprise. Look at that, just big monster green candle.
Yeah, it was a surprise because they did make some silly announcement regarding a vaccine, so it did give it a little bit more of a pump. But I mean, right now we're bullish, so I mean it should continue running to that 40 zone, which it's going to hit now. So if you make it to 40 at this point, you should maybe look at potentially, securing more again. This 15-minute candle, I'll watch to see how it closes as we get up to 24,000, 2040. To see if it makes sense. We just hit 240 now. So here, as an example, this was our next target. So we cleared our target. So now my stop is over here. I have a decision to make again, right? So this is what you're doing. As you move to a new level, you're constantly making a decision. Okay, well, do I close partial? Do I move my stop loss up? Does my stop loss move up? Probably not, because the 15-minute candle can pull back. But what I can do is I can jump into the 5-minute or 15-minute candles, because it's the hourly candle, and now I can evaluate the structure on those smaller time frames. So you can see this new 5-minute candle over here. If I want to get really, really tight, I can move my stop right over here. But I have to understand, by moving my stop under a 5-minute candle, the next 5-minute candle can pull all the way back down. But if you're looking to get a little bit more of an exact stop in the 30-minute candle or the hourly candle, you would then move from your 5-minute candle, and then you would figure that out there. So you could technically do that. What I'm doing is I'll wait for the next 15-minute candle to form and see where that 15-minute candle forms over here. Maybe it pulls back over here and then starts to take off. Then I can move my stop over here, because I know my next 15-minute candle is going to break through. But at this point, I haven't changed my stop loss yet, because of the fact that this 15-minute candle hasn't closed. The 30-minute candle hasn't closed, so I can't do that yet. If I want to, I can move it in the 5-minute candles, but really, I mean, between this and this, I mean, it's not really, like, that's not much, to be honest. I rather see how we react around here.
Yeah, not when you've exceeded your target. Also,
that's exactly it. Yeah. So like, why take a risk of getting stopped out if I know that we're going to continue moving higher at that point?
Yeah, sensible.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, boy.
And there it goes.
Wow.
So now you can see, now we're going to move. So depending on how we break out of here in this area. But you should, I mean, technically speaking, you could probably close here and you're fine. Like, I mean,
Yeah, I'd hope so. That's a big move.
Yeah, like now I've secured like 85,000. So I mean, whatever happens, happens. So pretty much waited for a break out on the 30-minute chart at 24,000, when the 5-minute chart for better entry. Yes, NYNEX. That's exactly what I did. Why futures market is a major factor for optimism or fear, not options or something else? Well, the futures market is how the equity market is going to open up. What is going to happen in today's trading session? Are we going to open up positive, or are we going to open up negative? And usually that spillover happens. Now, the thing that you have to be aware of when you trade US 30 is throughout the day, the market sentiment could shift. So right now we're basing this trade on current market sentiment, which is the futures market saying that we're going to continue to go bullish, that the market is going to go open positive. Next hour, this could all reverse based on some sort of news event. Would you leave a runner now? Yep, we've already done that. We've already secured.
What's this? Waiting for support to be formed around this level. Take buys. Yeah, that idea looks good. Waiting for support. That looks good. I do think if you're looking for support to form here, I do think like after this stream is done, the better thing would be to see how could you have taken buys over here, because obviously this was the move that was missed. So now you need to learn how you would have taken buys right over here in this area here, because you might be waiting a little bit longer for price to create support and then move up. Secured 15 pips, leave runner running, entry over here. Yeah, looks good. You know, you've secured profits, put stops at break even, and who knows, it might end up running to 134.50. Ooh, people are winning today. I remember this AUD USD. This was sent in the morning. Can we see this push up through this week? Through this wick possibly. See, it's that resistance here. So we don't know whether it's going to break resistance or it's going to reject resistance. What we can do is what you can do is you can probably secure profits here and leave a runner running that maybe it may break up later on. And that runner is going to take you into more profits like Ted had. Holy shit, look at that. This thing is still moving.
Awesome. Really
Wow.
good. All right, where's next then? What's the next one?
Yeah, what's the next one? Now, once again, this is what we do. Go back into the next time frames and see what's the next one. Let's see. Okay, so I think
go
a
down.
really top out would probably be 24,330 now. 24,330, and then ultimately 24,470.
Force.
Like right at the top on those higher time frames, yeah. 475, yeah.
Oh,
So that'll be the
way
next
over
one.
there.
Yeah,
Right.
so I think now based on the way the hourly is moving, 24,330 is going to be an easy target. We're going to blow through that. Ted, how much you up now? I closed every trade but learned a lot of things. You said let it run and move stop loss. Yeah, that's what I did. I've locked in 100,000 now. So we are in the money. But this is the thing, like, I mean, don't look at the dollar value. Like, people are so hung up on the dollar value. Don't look at how we played the analysis out, and look at how we were securing profits each time. Slow and steady. There was no excitement. There was it was clear in terms of what you were doing. Like, there was always multiple options, and at each point you had to figure out those options. You had to say, okay, I want to do this or I want to do that, and you had to be comfortable with those options, right? And this is the reason why when people trade, you get one of these big trades like this, you didn't do anything different than you would have in the other trades that you've done. All you've done is you've let the market move for you. And that's what you have to get used to. And it's just each time the market moves to a certain point, you have a decision to make, right? You have a decision. You say, okay, I'm gonna take positions. I'm gonna move my stop loss to here. I'm gonna move my stop loss to there. I'm gonna take partial profits. Like, this is the reason why you should be comfortable when you're taking these trades, because of that movement and because of what you're doing.
Wow, GJ tabbed 13500.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Close as well.
All the two.
That's
The stream is now canceled for the rest of the week, guys.
Yeah, that's it. I'll have to have a lay-in tomorrow.
that's also Jeevan's sell limit right there.
Yes, I was. Yeah. I don't know if-
13500.
That's kind of what I was getting out, after what we said about it earlier.
I struggle with my profits. When I'm in profits, I have a feeling it's better I don't close. I might close it. See, this is exactly what we were just talking about. So someone in the YouTube chat is struggling between closing profits and letting their trade run. And what that means to me from a psychological standpoint is you're chasing money. You don't know what you're doing. Your plan isn't like the plan isn't written in stone. It's too wishy-washy. You're not really focused on what you're trying to do each day. What you're focused on every day, it changes, and you can't do that. Some days, like I said, you're going to get stopped out right away. You have to accept that. The idea, once again, is you follow a certain set of rules for yourself when it comes to risk management and profit taking, trade management, and you stick by those. There's going to be some days where the trade stops out. Like my first trade got stopped out plus 1700. So what? Doesn't matter, because now my next trade that I re-entered got me what I was originally looking for on my first trade. But how many times am I going to get stopped out? Many times, because that's the type of trade style I've decided for myself that I'm comfortable with. I don't want to go into drawdowns unnecessarily. I don't want to put additional risk on the table for my account. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm happy closing trades with 1 pip profit, 2 pip profit. Doesn't bother me because I'm here for the long term. I'm not here just for this week, this hour. I'm here for the next 2-3 years doing what I enjoy doing. So I know that there's going to be days where I'm going to get stopped out, and it's frustrating. That's part of the game. But then there's days like this where we call a trade and it runs to exactly the way I want it to run, and I'm happy. Right? You have to get used to that. You have to get used to the idea that you follow your set of rules. If your rules are hard and fast and you are comfortable with the way that you execute, those rules will pay you dividends.
Yeah, I think that's a nice way to say it. Those rules, the rules you set for yourself will pay you dividends.
Mhm.
Holy, GJ's still going.
Man,
Damn.
I stopped it because I didn't think we were going to get breaking.
Man. Cross
That's it.
every target.
It's what we say though. Sometimes when you get that momentum, sometimes you don't get no retest, you don't get no nothing. It's just done.
The daily also closed with no wick, so it just made sense for it to overall go. This is what I was talking about. Like, even though daily is bearish, but in the smaller time frames, the trend was bullish. So it just made sense to look for buys on GJ. Wow, Austin is still holding GJ. Damn, like a champ. Just make sure you secure some profits here and there. Then you're good. Can that US30 move be considered news since vaccine results were released? Yes. Yes. Man, I used to think that gold and GJ don't care for human life. Fucking US30 doesn't care for anyone's life. Literally.
All three of them don't this morning.
Yeah. US30 is like the granddaddy of those two pairs.
What's that TikTok video where they show those people and then that song that goes and then US30 comes up? You have GJ gold and then US30 shows up. The great thing about US30, and this is something that we can talk about, is if we believe that the economies are eventually going to crash, we are now making a super high to go back down to like 15,000. That's the best part about it. That's what I'm looking at is we keep rallying this hard when people have lost. Like, you have to keep in mind, there's 34 million jobs that have been lost in the United States, and the stock market's at 24,000.
Yeah.
And
you imagine?
to be honest, I know that the more Ted is talking about Dow Jones, the more Register likes more. You know,
Yes.
every time Ted talks something about the Dow Jones, Raj is still paying attention and is loving more Dow Jones.
100%.
Well, I've been looking at it for the last month, and I'm really starting to understand how it moves. But the only thing that I'm being careful is about these pullbacks it has. That's about it. Because if you can absorb the pullbacks, man, you're gonna ride the move on US30. I know that for sure. And the best way to trade US30 is, I'm not gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it, is so far what I've seen it, if I come to the charts and if I see pre-markets are really bullish or really bearish, I think at around 630, 645, it's just going to be ranging for a continued move. That's what I've noticed so far.
Yeah.
Also, your entries, I know you don't like the 5-minute candles because it's too much. but the more you pay attention to the 5 minutes, the more sniper entries you're gonna get.
Well, I think you're right in a way, because I know it doesn't move the same as gold, but that's how I did better on gold by moving down to that level just to get that little bit more accurate entry, should we say? And like you said, if you can understand them pullbacks and stuff, it makes sense.
Yeah, we called some good trades. We called US 30 buys and GJ buys today.
So here's a good question that can be answered for themselves. Ted, for example, if you're comfortable losing 5% in a day and you've already lost 5%, but you see a potential trade that could give you profit, would you execute a trade or wait till the next day? NOCTXZ, you have to read that question again to yourself, because the answer lies within that question. And let me help you out. If you've already lost 5%, your charts are closed. You should not be looking for any trades, because 5% was your maximum risk tolerance for the day. So that is the answer that you are going to give yourself. If you had said, Ted, my max risk tolerance is 5% and I've lost 3% and I find another trade, should I take that trade? I would say yes, using the last 2% of your total risk tolerance to potentially make back the 3% that you lost. But if you've already lost 5% and the maximum loss you're willing to take per day is 5%, it doesn't matter if Donald Trump tweets you ahead of time or gives you a call and says, hey, I'm having a press conference where I'm going to move the market 600 points. I want you to get in. You say, sorry, Mr. Trump, you should have called me before I lost 5%. This is discipline, because there is no such thing as a guaranteed trade. There is no such thing as, well, I see this trade executing profit. If that was the case, why did your other trades lose you 5%? Were you hoping that those trades were going to be losers and you're going to put yourself in a hole just to dig yourself out of the hole to feel better about yourself? No, you never look at a trade saying, I hope this one loses. Every trade is a possible profitable one. Like, this is such a silly statement.
GJ was my second trade, however, closed the trade when 30-minute close below resistance. Wanted to move to trade, better follow a plan, not rush a trade. Needed to pull back to create a bottom wick. I was wondering, if you take a look at GJ weekly, it closed last week without a bottom wick, although it dropped hard. Needed it to pull back to at least... No, it didn't need to come back to create a bottom wick. I'm not sure if you're trying to say that you were waiting for price to come down or not, but it didn't need to come down, because when we kind of came to the session, we were already in a bullish trend to continue going up. If GJ will start heading down since to the 4-hour zone, if the last 4-hour could see some retracement. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I mean, this is a good area where it might come down to create a support and then continue going up. But I mean, for New York session, this was the trade. This buy was the trade. So if anyone who's missed this trade, you need to go back and see how you could have entered over here and let the trade run. Oh, I don't think that ever happened, Vinny. That webinar on US 30.
No, I did not. I was not going to do a webinar with you doing a webinar on the weekend. The guy on the live mic asked Ted to do a US 30 webinar after I used US 30. I'm sure not the host of the webinar or not. I guess the guy who invited him is the guy on the live. Oh my God. The guy on the live stream is the guy invited. Too many guys.
Life is tough.
Any positive news for the vaccine? Yes, they're making the vaccine right now as we speak. Let me give a call to the guy. Hello? Is the vaccine done yet, mate? People are wondering in the YouTube.
Yeah.
Hey, he's saying it's coming. All right, mate.
Delayed in shipping.
Could you imagine that this stream gets so big that people call in like it's like a Bloomberg talk show or like a CNN or something? It's like,
Can you
hold on, we
imagine?
got to go on the live stream with Wicks Don't Lie and tell them the latest news.
Yeah. So you can tell his audience.
Yeah, all 2,000 people, guys. Guess what? We found the vaccine. Don't worry about CNN. We'll tell you here first.
You heard it first on the live streams there. Oh man.
Oh man, I would have such a laugh at that.
Well, it looks like 130,700 is a good target for GJ now.
Yeah, 24,330 is coming in for now US 30 as well.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed. That runner's looking pretty good now, right?
Oh yeah,
Shit.
yeah. There we go. So we're coming close to that next target.
I think we could just choose any target.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's like just hitting
Anyway,
things.
up a bit.
Yeah, up.
Ooh.
Just up. Yeah. So now, once again, stop loss can be moved over here. So we're on the 15-minute time frame. So now you can officially move your stop loss to here because we've created this wick over here to drive up, and we're probably going to hit this zone here. So now you've locked in more money at that point. So
Again, like you said, that's point. You just treat it again like a secondary trade. It's like point A
That's
to
right.
B again, right? So it's and now you see what happens next. Management. It's
We
good work.
hit 24,330.
Yo, this is going to be one of the best trades I think ever.
Wow. Look, Monty, we hit 700 as well.
Dude, I didn't want to look because I closed it.
Yeah, me
Wow.
too.
Yeah, I'm a
I don't wanna.
screen.
I don't wanna look at GJ.
I was in from 890 as well.
This does not happen every Monday. So if someone thinks this happens every
Yeah,
Monday,
that's right. Yeah, show up on Monday.
Yeah, come back next
Yeah.
week. God damn. You watch it range for the rest of the week now, and that'll be it. It'll be like, oh, God damn it. It's a good day.
wow, it's crazy.
Yeah. So like I've locked in now. Wow. What have I locked in? Yeah, I've locked in about 120,000. So now it's pretty much good. I don't care what happens.
I locked in around 496.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty good.
Very nice.
Good one, man.
Almost 50% on your account.
No. I didn't take the US 30 trade.
Oh man.
Yeah, I didn't, man. I chickened out. I was like, no.
Oh,
Damn
bro.
it.
Next time.
All right.
Because I know if this happened today, it's gonna happen 1,000 times again.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So
Like, this is I've seen this happen like multiple times now. Like this is the first time I've actually held on to a larger trade because now I've gotten used to the fact that we move up in these levels.
How much points was this? This was a 350 point move. Wow.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm up 31,000 points or 31,500 micro pips.
Madness. Wow.
It's funny when you look at that, you're like, oh man, that's a lot of pips, but then you're like, not really. It's only 350 pips, like 300 pips profit.
Only. So it's 12. It's a cracking trade.
This is the trade of the week.
Not yet. We can get more. Not yet.
Oof.
God damn it, GJ.
Yeah, that's annoying me a little bit now. It's going like a rocket.
Entry, stop loss, TP. Yeah, it looks good. This is good. Excellent. Looks like it's still continuing up over here. Wow. Just crazy. Look, so if you see on the candles, they're just making higher highs and higher lows and just continuing on. It's amazing. Right after the webinar yesterday, we have the perfect trending trades, higher highs and higher lows.
Yeah, I know. It's like doesn't matter where your entry, just take a buy. So here's a good situation to talk about. Tried to take a stab at GU short and got stopped. So now let's talk about why you got stopped with a GU short.
Let's bring you GU over here.
GU short. This would be a very difficult trade to take for a short position on GU. Reason being is you have both currencies running very strong. So you have the US dollar running strong and you have the pound running strong. But based on what we see with gold and based on what we see with the pound, if we believe that people are moving money into gold, moving money out of gold into the US dollar, and we see people are moving money into the pound, you have a conflict. It's going to be very hard to trade this pair when you have two strong currencies that are both bullish. So there's always going to be a fight. So this is where we talk about making sure you find a currency pair that has a strong imbalance. So that's why GJ, where you have the yen very weak and the pound very strong, or potentially UJ, where you have the US dollar very strong and the yen very weak, would be a more opportune pair to trade off of, because you have a stronger imbalance, which gives you a cleaner move. Uncle Ted, did you make 10% of your account? Nope. Made maybe 1%. I don't aim for percentages of my account. I don't aim for specific dollar amounts. I aim for targets on the chart. If the target is 5 pips, 50 pips, 6,000 pips, those are the targets I aim for. And the targets that I aim for are the ones that I'm comfortable with trading. Having made so much money trading, what value does it still bring to you continue doing every day?
I look at my entry.
Why not pursue philanthropy work or something in Africa? How do you know I'm not doing that already? Just silly. People just make assumptions, talk for no reason.
Wow, a lot of people took these buys on GJ. I'm just looking at my messages, and damn, I'm the only one who didn't hold. It's closed at like 10, 11 pips. This was what? Wow, 60 pips. Please provide the link for Uncle Ted.
This is the TikTok video, I'm only human, right? GJ moves up like 30 pips, I'm only human. Yeah, so we called basically a 300 pip buy on US 30. We called a 40, or sorry, no, yeah, we called a 300 pip buy on US 30. We called a 30 pip move on, or 40 pip move on GJ. It's a pretty good day.
Yeah, I did pretty good.
Follow up to that question. I guess it's you still enjoy the process of trading that keeps you trading. No, I enjoy hanging out with everybody here most days. Today's questions in the YouTube chat, it looks like we got rid of all the stupid people. There's actually some smarter questions today. No, I think it's important when you have a skill set that you pass it forward. That creates it changes other people's mindset to pay it forward as well. I enjoy trading. I think I have a passion for it. So if there's an opportunity for me to talk about it or to help others, and it's within the time frame that I want to help, I do it.
I think GJ 4 hour made a fake out pattern. What do you think about that? I don't see any fake out pattern. All I see is that price was consolidating here. I took an entry and my first entry got stopped out, and then I re-entered somewhere over here, and I got my target till 13300, and that was my day. Worked out perfect. Bought on GJ, have 50 pips. Thank you. R. First trade after webinar yesterday and just following the principles. Oh, nice. Missed GJ today too. Oh, yeah, I missed it too. Do you use alerts? No. Are there some time frames you don't want to help? I don't think so because you're always here helping. Oh, yes. Do you only trade GJ on currency pairs? Yes. What target for GJ in 4 hours? Well, in 4 hours, GJ has already reached a target here, 13700. You see 1 hour candles, they rejected this area, so this is a strong area. So I think this was the trade. I'm new here. Do you go live every day? Well, if you read the description, it says Monday to Friday. So if that means every day, then yes. Shit, man. People, come on. You guys gotta read the description. There's so much information on the description. The times, my Instagram, emails, the brokers, everything is there. I think in 20 minutes I'm going to call it a day. Normally I was disappointed with a missed opportunity and gambled more than sensibly into position. Now I'm he. Tomorrow we have a new move to catch. Yes. You haven't written how much you lift in the gym. Yeah, actually, I'm only lifting what 20 plus 20, 40, 80 kilos so far. Said like that deadlifts. That's all I have. Doing the best with what's available. Man, hope they open the gyms with phase 2. They're opening the restaurants with 50% seating capacity. I think in phase 2 they will increase that.
Why can't they open the gyms already? That's what I want to know. Like, let me go to the gym and let me risk it.
Gyms open in Texas. Oh, lucky. Man, as soon as they give the go around for restaurants to open, we're heading there. I think they should have it on their website. Oh, they only do takeaway. Damn. Every day I look at the menu and every day I'm like, oh, when can you open again? You know, the steak prices at Jacobs, they're not really high compared to other places like in Miami.
Oh,
Texas
yeah,
was
no.
pretty cheap.
It's the specialty steaks that run up prices. I think the idea when you go to Jacobs or like a high-end steakhouse is you're going for like a specialty steak. Like if you go to Jacobs and you know, like if you really like Wagyu or you know like the ribeye and stuff like that, I think that's the reason why you would spend more because smaller steakhouses don't have those specialty steaks.
Yeah.
But I mean, in all fairness, I mean, the average person, if you go to a high-end steak restaurant, you're not going every week. So I mean, if you spent $100 on a piece of meat, I think it's for the enjoyment purposes, and you're getting a good piece of food. Like you're not going to go eat there every day and spend like $1,500 on a meal, but once in a while it works.
Why didn't you leave a runner on GJ? Because my target was 130,300, and once it reached there, I closed. I should have left a runner, but then I was like, whatever, it's Monday. I didn't know it's gonna go all the way up here, so it is what it is. Because I've really come to terms with the fact that if I'm gonna miss a move, that move is gonna happen over and over again. I've come to terms with that. And I believe these moves happen over and over again because majority of people lose in the market. And I also believe that the market is moved by how people react in it. So if majority of people are doing the same mistakes, so the same patterns are gonna repeat themselves again and again. So that's why I'm very comfortable knowing that okay, it's gonna happen again, and I'm gonna catch it.
Yeah, man. Exactly.
This
Yeah,
has
man.
been my first time watching this channel. I'm on the US 30 with you, and I thank you. I found your show informative, and I got a laugh as well. Hey, good show, Raj.
Nice. You got a 2-in-1 today. Market is not moved by people. I know it's not moved by people. That was just my opinion, man. Come on.
People
Can't.
built the robots and the AI software. Let's put it that way.
Okay, had first trade for GJ buy stop at this level, however, it closed back resistance and closed it. Okay, didn't take a third trade as it will go against my trading plan. If I would go to give it a chance for GJ, I will put a buy stop, anticipate this candle to break the high of the red candle. Yes, yes, that would have been perfect. That's where I re-entered. So that's good. See, Leroy now is doing some back testing to see how he could have entered a third buy and if it would have made sense. So that's good. I'm gonna send that guy an email today, Ted. What was his name?
Oh,
John
the doctor?
Jonathan?
Yeah.
Ba- Brad.
Brad, yeah.
Yeah. Wealth coach, mental wealth coach. Yeah, I was watching his videos and he was talking about the money avoidance syndrome. And as he was talking about it, I felt like I had a little bit of a minor money avoidance syndrome where I'm afraid to spend money on myself, but I just spend it on people.
Yes.
Like I'll buy $5 flip-flops, no problem, but something for my wife or my son or for other, like friends and stuff, I'll just go, okay, hey, take this, get this, get this. I think it's going to be interesting to have him as a guest.
I mean, to be honest, I look at sort of my spending habits, and I don't know. I think for me, it's a sign of having a fulfilled life, I think. I mean, I do the same thing. Like, I rather go out, like, when we go out to eat, like, we fight over the bill and stuff like that. It's not because we both can't afford the bill. It's just more of a respect thing amongst friends. It's like I like to make sure like my friends are happy. And I mean, now it's sort of a different thing. Like, you figure, like, you and I have known each other for like what, 4 years now, 5 years, and like we're both at that same level. Like, if we go out to eat, like, we can both pay the bill for the table. And there was a point where it wasn't always like that. So now it's a good feeling that we've all sort of come up together, like myself first, and then now like you and Kerwin's coming up there, and Jeevan, and I know when Chris is with us it's the same thing. When he, like, if we're in the UK and stuff like that, it's a different feeling now, because maybe 5 or 6 years ago you don't have a lot of friends that can do that, right? You don't have friends that had that kind of financial stability to just go out to, like, we're going out to dinner wherever we're going, let's just eat and don't worry about it. So I think that's where my financial, I guess, that phrase comes from, where I rather see my friends do well because I already know I'm doing well. And I don't need to prove it to myself. Like, I don't need a $2,000 pair of shoes to prove that I've done well. Where I think now having my friends come out and have a good time that maybe aren't as financially successful as me, but they're still my friends. Like, I don't look at someone's pocket and say you can't be my friend. Like, I've had friends for 35 years, 36 years. That doesn't bother me, doesn't faze me at all to pay their way. Like, if we go somewhere or do something, like, I buy the tickets. Like, we went to wrestling events, we go to sporting events, like, I pay for everything. Like, I don't care about that. It's just more so I want my friends around me to have a good time. And, yeah, I don't expect people to take advantage of me, but, my good close friends, they're not. Like, my close friends would never take advantage of that. They even sometimes try and pitch in, and they'll give like $30 for the bill or something like that. It's just a good gesture.
Yeah, I think it was kind of like a goal growing up to have that sort of company,
Mhm.
you know. Ooh, someone's in GN cells. Let's look at the 30-minute. Yeah, I think it looks good. 30-minute. 30 minutes about to close. It should stay below this area here, GN. It should stay below this area and then continue moving bearish. If you look on the 15-minute, if this 15-minute closes bullish, then you might be looking to maybe secure positions, maybe like secure a loss, like a 50% loss and whatnot. The 1 hour is still open, so yeah, so you need this to close bearish. Look at the daily. Daily is bearish. 4 hours also bearish. That could make sense. Started from the bottom. Now we are here. Yes. I remember there was a time when we had 20 people watching the live streams, and now we have 100 times that.
Yeah, it is. It's funny when you look at stuff like this, and when I see other people complain about not getting followers or not getting traction with their social media accounts, or they want to do certain things like this. It's like, you just have to go out there and do it. If you're doing something good, and this is the barometer for doing good. If you are doing something good, people will come gravitate towards you. There's a reason why there's 1,800 people watching this stream. If it wasn't good, people wouldn't show up here. And that's the only thing that you have to say to people at the end of the day, if they ever make a negative comment. And that's what I tell people all the time. If this stream wasn't good, there wouldn't be people showing up for free watching this. They would find other things to do with their free time. Because really, when you think about it, a free stream is the ultimate test of how well you do something. Because nobody here on the YouTube channel is obligated to show up every morning to watch this stream. So the fact that people are taking time out of their day to actually show up here and learn is a testament to what Raj has built. And I think the people in the YouTube stream, as much as we give them grief, you also give them credit for showing up here and actually making the stream what it is. Because, the amount of dumb questions you get, I mean, we tell them they're dumb, but we also get some insightful information. And the charts that are supplied every morning by the YouTube people, I mean, that's what makes the stream happen, right? So you sort of have to give yourself a pat on the back as well for showing up and following the rules, because these were implemented by Raja, and it wasn't like he was saying, well, this is how I'm going to run things. He didn't know it would work. Like, if everybody rebelled and no one showed a chart, then this stream would die, right? So it's good to see that a free stream actually has a positive benefit, and people are actually coming here under their own free will, and that's the biggest testament You know, it's not a paid monthly service. It's not, you know, people didn't pay to show up here. They actually did it under their own free will. So there has to be a huge value add in this live stream for that to happen, for people to show up for free every day just to learn. If there wasn't any value here, people wouldn't be showing up.
Where are we standing after this comeback? Are you still in, or did it move?
No, yeah, US 30 is still fine. We've held we have support at with US 30 around 24,300, 24,300. I think it could hold there, but I mean, we'll see what happens.
Nice.
I've moved my stop up to 24,283 basically.
Do you think GJ forms a support on 30-minute? It will retest the high. Yeah, I mean, theoretically it should. It should come down, create support around 13500, and then continue up to retest the high. I mean, I think you might get that later on by NYC Open or London Close. Because basically the 4-hour candles are going to close in 7 minutes, so that move down might be a wick forming on the 4-hour candle to continue going up. So there's going to be a lot of waiting involved. My first day practicing with small account, no rush, want to understand everything. GJ early, this. Ooh, incredible day. All trades taken, 1 loss. Very nice.
It's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day. Oh, oh. Alright, what's this? What do you mean by NYC Open? It opened 59. Oh, NYC opens at 9:30. What we had was the NY Open. New York opened at 8 a.m. NYC opens at 9:30. Gold,
Stock
gold.
exchange.
Yeah. Let's take a look at gold here. What did gold do? Oh, gold went bearish. Haven't even looked at gold at all for a very long time.
Gold spreads are still wide. Well, I mean, they're better now. Like I'm getting in at like there's 4 pips on my
Yeah,
market
up between
watch.
2 to 4 this morning.
Okay.
Which
Yeah,
wasn't
because I mean
too
it's
bad.
usually 1.3, right? So I'm hoping that it does drop a bit more, but it's getting better. I think once it drops, if it can consistently stay in between 2 and 4, I'll start looking at gold a little bit more closely.
Can you explain about the doji candle? No, it's too much to explain. Too much to explain. Certain things are just too much. what you can do is maybe like, after the stream ends, you can go back in the charts, you can rewatch the stream, and you can rewatch how these buys played out on GJ, because that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be watching how these buys played out on GJ, how the buys played out on US 30, because these were all broken down on US 30. This area here, man, once the 30-minute broke this high here, I think it was a pretty good opportunity to have a sell right there, stop loss, and wow, just crazy. Raja, can you help me with this? I don't know how many currencies should I be watching, and it confuses me. How many charts do you think are monitoring at the same time? I'm just monitoring one chart. I'm monitoring GBP/JPY. That's what I'm monitoring most of the time. I have one eye on US 30 because I'm trying to trade US 30 now. I've been looking at it for almost a month, and I think time is coming closer and closer to start trading this. So yeah, I only focus on mostly one chart. Tough place now, but we needed a pullback for the further upside on 4 hour. Yeah, makes sense, mate, with those yellow lines.
So, us on the phone. Yeah. Yes, mate. Yeah, well, I think that's the same level you got now, right? So, it's
Yeah.
just, I was looking at the same thing from last week, basically.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. You know what I would want? I know it's a far-fetched idea. For Asian session, I would want price to come down, create a support so we can continue up and retest 13700.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, trust me, that's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%.
For Asian session, that's what I want.
Yeah.
I don't know how you deal with these questions on YouTube. Well, the same way we deal with consolidation. Sometimes you ignore it and you wait for a better question, and sometimes you just try to get involved with it. Why did you enter a buy on GJ on a downtrend market? Because it was moving bullish. Because if you're looking at charts like this, and you're like, well, it's trending down, and this is where people make mistakes. They read books, they look at all these webinars, and they pay for these $1,000 courses, and all their thought is like, well, if you draw a trend line over here, all you have to wait for price to come up to a trend line and then take a sell. You know,
Yeah, but,
But-
there, 200
yeah,
pips.
yeah, because you see the market is in the channel and we're moving down, so we're gonna look for a sell over here and have a good day, guys. Thank you for the money and thank you. But when you drop down to the smaller time frames, if you remove these stupid trend lines here, sorry if someone's getting offended because I'm calling the trend lines dumb. But if you go down to the smaller time frames, and if you start looking at it on the 30-minute time frame, you're like, okay, well, we're moving up over here. We have a range over here. And if we break above 13300, price can continue up to 13700. And then you're like, yeah, you know what? These buys do make sense here. Then you're like, yeah, these buys make sense. So I might want to look for buys instead of looking for a channel and waiting for price to come, because like if you're waiting for price to come up all the way to your trend line, that's a 60-50 pip move, so either you want to watch it in FOMO, or you want to drop down and say that, okay, how can I catch this move, how can I be a part of this?
Also, it was a big move on Friday too.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
would expect some kind of maybe not. I wouldn't expect full correction, to be honest, but it's getting there.
Yeah, like when you understand candles, you read candles. If you know when they're breaking the highs and the lows, what does that mean? You don't have to worry about what channel price is in. You can just focus on the time frame you want to focus on, and you can just trade the trend on that. Like the daily trend can be bearish, but when you're looking at the 1 hour or the 30-minute, that trend can be bullish because they're like what, 26 1 hour candles? No, 24 1 hour candles in a daily candle. So don't you think you can catch maybe 2, 3 bullish 1 hour candles? Yes, you can. And that's what I focus on. What's happening in the now.
I think also too, Raja, it comes down to the fact that if all we had to do was draw like these trend lines or these support and resistance lines and just say, hey, just take a buy here and a sell here, that's the trade, then everybody could do this. The problem is people don't realize that there's a lot more thought processes involved than just drawing a set of lines. Like there has to be a reason. Like, I mean, people are messaging me now asking like, is GJ a sell? And it's like, well, why do you think it's a sell? Well, because we're creating a upper wick on the daily to go down the rest of the week. And it's like, well, but how can we know that until it actually happens? Well, I guess you're right. Well, yeah. I mean, don't trade what you see, not what you think. You can anticipate ideas, but don't marry those ideas. Don't say, well, we have no bottom wick on the daily on GJ, so now that means that we're going to create an upper wick and we're going to go down. So I'm going to keep taking sells right now while GJ's in going bullish. It's like, wait for GJ to flip. If you really think it's going bearish, wait for it to flip on the higher time frames and then take entries. Like don't fight. Like you can sit and wait 2 days. If you really think that GJ is going to be a sell in a couple of days, wait those 2 days. Don't try and enter now. Put a price alert. Like if I think, as an example, if we think GJ is going to be a sell, right? So this is our magical resistance. So suddenly this is the resistance of all resistances, right? Well, take a look. This is where we had a downward movement. So then, hey, maybe I'm going to wait to see on my 4-hour candle over here, price over here somewhere, and we know that we'll have a wick and a rejection, and now we're starting to move down this way. I can take sells here because I have a massive liquidity movement, which was essentially this move up, right? So this is now creating the bigger wick to start moving down. It doesn't mean that now we sell because we hit this level here. We have to wait to see how price is going to react to then determine if that's going to be a sell.
I think the anticipation of moves is a lot easier to do on smaller levels, right? Not anticipating on like a big high daily time frame stuff. That's really tough. That is more guesswork then, I think.
Yeah, and I mean that's the idea. And as you get better as a trader, you can start applying concepts that you see on a 30-minute chart over here, like this concept here. You can move into the 4-hour and the daily, and you can see that same idea happen. And it just means that this 30 pip gain here, this is 30 pips on a daily chart would be 300. It would be bigger. So but you have to wait longer for that to take part. It's going to take a little bit longer for the daily candle to create that move, so to speak. So as traders, we just have to be aware of certain things that way. And that comes with experience, that comes with executing more. And that's all you're doing with trading is you're just experiencing the charts, you're executing more, and you are now applying concepts to various opportunities. After years 2 or years 3 in trading, you probably will have seen 90% of the events that you possibly could see in the trading world, if that makes sense. You've probably witnessed rate increases, rate decreases, interest rate changes, GDP, NFP that's gone bad, NFP that's gone good. Like you've seen all those variables. So you'll be able to understand them better and you'll be able to apply more principles. People that have just started off and you're trading for the last 2-3 months, maybe 6 months, maybe a year, you haven't seen everything. You haven't taken enough trades to understand what's happening in the market cycles. So there's always going to be hesitation. The experience will trump that hesitation as you do things more often. And It's like riding a bike with training wheels. Sometimes maybe for the first few trades that you take, you get 5 or 6 pips because you were worried that price is going to retrace. You didn't understand what was happening. It's the same thing riding a bike with training wheels. Eventually, you start removing those training wheels, and now you're getting 10 and 12 pips. And then suddenly you're riding a bike downhill and you're getting like 20 or 40 pips. It's just a natural progression. Don't rush the natural progression. Understand where your comfort levels are, and understand your comfort levels only get better once you start experiencing more of the market and once you start executing more often. That's the only way you're going to get better at what you're doing. There's no books you're going to read. There's no videos you're going to watch. There's none of that. Those give you a base on how to begin your prep work. Actual market execution and being in the markets every day, that's where you're going to learn the majority of how you are as a trader, your comfort levels, things of that nature. Not reading a book. Go read a book on how to fly a plane. I guarantee you, the first time you're up in the plane, you're gonna be shitting your pants. Oh, the wind, the turbulence. What am I gonna do? Oh, where do I move my flaps? Well, the book told you. You just don't remember everything from the book. It has to become routine. It has to become something that's innate. You have to be able to be fluid, and you have to say, oh, I've seen this weather pattern before. I know what's gonna happen. We're gonna have to move altitudes. We're gonna have to do this. We're gonna do that. You have to get used to that with trading. This is a process. This is a journey. This isn't, hey, I take this course for a week and then next week I start trading. No, this is like, hey, I'm going to be in this for a long time, and I'm going to see Ted when he turns 50 and Raja when he turns 45, and I'm going to remember I was 20 when I started with them. Like that's the kind of trading you're going to be doing. I think we lost Rakeel.
Oh, is he? Oh, he's gone. Oh, I can't see his video now.
He's gone. Do I trade only US 30? For right now, I've been focused a little bit more on that, but I do trade GJ and gold. But I haven't traded gold for a while. Will you be coming to London after COVID-19? Yes, I'm going to try and get out there because I have to meet all the people that hate me.
That'll be cute.
That's gonna be fun.
I'm looking forward to all the angry people in the UK that hate me, that make memes about me.
I'll round them up, mate. You'll be all right.
Yeah, exactly. Buy them all dinner and drinks. Sit there and cut my steak and eat it one piece by one piece and look at them like Bobby Axelrod. How's that steak taste? Good. Good. Did you order the most expensive one you could on the menu? Good. Eat it.
Why is that 90% of the UK people are angry?
It's because it's cold and wet, dude.
Yeah,
Oh.
it is. I think so. The weather.
It's cold and wet. Although today is beautiful, to be fair.
Because in Miami, it's always fun.
Yeah, I think I might need to move house.
We have a nice sun, and it's beautiful weather.
Yeah, see, that's why UK people get annoyed, because people say stuff like that. Then we just automatically hate. It's like, you know what? Don't like Miami people now. That's basically what it works out as.
Oh man.
No, I'm looking forward. Soon. They're actually talking today about travel restrictions, about flying internationally properly, and actually every couple of weeks they're going to recheck it and go back to it. So I might be up for a little bit of a holiday soon. So I might have to come and have a little visit. Rakeel's probably on mute.
Looks like this hour on US 30 is going to retrace pretty hard back into that zone. I think I might get stopped out. My stop is at 24,311. My target was 24,470, but I think it's going to get stopped out here.
Yeah, but that's like target 4, to be fair.
But you close any partials?
No, I just moved my stop up to 24,311. So
Okay.
I'm okay. Like, I mean, I've taken what I needed from this. This trade will net me enough.
I mean, if you don't want to miss the 930 push, even though we're gonna have maybe a heavy pullback, you may want to close partials and run the stop loss kind of lower than you have it right now, and just let it run for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that. I'm hoping that this support holds at 24,330.
I mean, how big are these pullbacks normally on that?
Oh,
Are they huge?
You never know, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
because right now the Dow futures is up 3%. It's at 762 points. So I mean, it can pull back a bit more and then drive.
Yeah, just be happy with what you got.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's over. It's an over exaggerated target, right? So
Yeah. So I think if we can hold, the idea is if we can hold at this level here at 24,330, 300 in that area, we should, if you look to the left on US 30 on the hourly, there's an hourly candle directly that went bearish from 24,470 all the way to basically where we are right now. I think that will fill, because there's a couple of candles there on the left on the hourly that are mirror candles. Oh, Raja's here. Okay. Yeah, so if he goes to the hour chart, so if you go into the hour chart on US 30, you have the candles that I'm talking about are this candle here and this candle here. So the anticipation at that point would be that this moves up to fill that area there. So this creates a massive wick here, and then this candle will match up with this one, and then match up with this, and then your top out is this area here if we have continued bullish momentum at that point. That's what I envision happening, because we have clear paths on US 30 there.
yeah, it makes sense.
So I mean, technically speaking, I mean, I think you could probably take trades above here to fill these candles, these two specifically, but I don't know how deep this wick is going to be here with this one. And the problem with that is if this candle here creates a wick and this is the zone that we're in, having that zone candles pull into it, this is a very, very deep level to go further up, and you might not get the risk to reward that you're looking for. That's all.
The problem is, looking at the hourly candles, I don't want to have a trade open right now, because you may mirror this bearish candle. Yeah,
That's
it may pull back toward 24,220 also. So that's why I will not consider to have to hold this trade you know.
Yeah, like to be honest, if I didn't have a position open, I wouldn't be looking here at US 30 anymore. This is a very, very strong level, and for us to break above here, we need good structure. The move was here. I mean, to be honest, this was your move. I mean, now it looks like it's starting to dip a little bit more, but that was essentially your move. Like I said, can we get up here? Sometime today we'll get up there, but it'll be very sporadic, right?
Yeah, that move might be for another day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, technically speaking, even on this last hour candle, you should have gotten money. You should have gotten money here. Like, I mean, if you broke these two candles down, this is what your homework should be, technically speaking. Look at these two candles here on the hourly, on the 30-minute, on the 15-minute, and the 5-minute. Go through those two candles, and then correlate that with the stock futures. Correlate those and how the stock futures moved and things like that, and you can really break down this move and say, okay, how could I have caught either this candle here or this candle right here? It's very, very straightforward, and that's really what you should be doing to backtest. Gold is dropping because the market is, we touched the high, at 1742. There was a major resistance there. You could see on the weekly, and you can see on the monthly. We filled the monthly wick. That's the bottom line. And now with recovery coming to the United States and the futures market going up in terms of the equity market, people are leaving gold and moving to the equity market now. That's it. I mean, it's just straightforward. Think logically. Why are people leaving a safe haven? Because the country's opening back up again. Well, what's happening? You just have to Google this information. I mean, I don't understand why people are so surprised. You look at their higher time frames. You've hit a major resistance level. The resistance level's tied in with the way that the market is moving in terms of optimism. So people are going to sell off gold and buy the equity market. The equity market's gone up, gold's gone down. Inverse correlation. It's very straightforward. You have to learn these simple economic ideas. I mean, it's not like brain surgery. It doesn't matter how much it moved. It can move $80 in a day. It's irrelevant. The relevancy is, why is it moving? And that's where you do your research. Who cares how big the move is? The move doesn't matter. If you love these big giant moves, you haven't been trading the market long enough, and this is a surprise to you. This isn't a surprise to anybody. When you reach an all-time high or an all-time low, there's always going to be a massive pullback, and that massive pullback is going to be driven by market sentiment.
Well, I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to go and have a nap.
Sounds
I
good.
have too many pips for today, man. That is blow my mind, I've got to be honest.
Yeah.
Have a good afternoon, guys.
All right, man.
Take care, Chris.
Take care,
Later on.
mate. Be good.
Cheers, boys.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave too here. Take care, everybody.
Alrighty. See you.
Okay.
Okay, Raja. Take care, man.
Bye bye.
All right.